It's Havoc right here on your classic metal show with the Kiss of Death.
Dude, that was killer, man. That's the best it sounded in a while.
Yeah, Havoc sounded great.
Good band.
It is fantastic. Well, there was a reason outside of Love and Havoc that I played that song.
Okay.
I got a story here called Hickey Horror.
Hickey Horror?
Yeah, Hickey Horror.
All right. I don't even want to guess what this is, but go ahead.
A teen dies of a stroke after love bite from his girlfriend and causes a blood clot to his brain.
You got to be kidding me. Really?
I'm not kidding you.
Fucking hard did she bite him, or he bite her?
Well, she bit him.
How fucking hard did she bite him?
Suction involved during hickeys can cause damage to a major artery in the neck, creating a blood clot that can cause a stroke.
Never heard that.
Well, you know, you got a main artery that runs up through your neck to your brain.
Right.
Well, apparently, while this kid was making out with his chick, she really latched onto it and, you know, sucked on it and damaged it to where it caused a blood clot, you know, created a blood clot, and it went to his brain and caused a stroke. And then it killed him. When
she gets out of jail, wouldn't you like to maybe get her to suck your dick?
Sure. That goes back to the old saying that she could start a Harley.
Yeah, she's chrome off the trailer hitch girl there.
Exactly. Literally. It is thought that his girlfriend gave him a hickey earlier that evening, which caused a blood clot that traveled to the teen's brain. Paramedics were called to the scene, but Julio could not be saved and died shortly after. It is believed the suction...
Wait a minute. What was the name? Cornholio?
His name was Julio.
Oh, Julio.
Julio. With these J being silent or being H sound. Julio.
Well, it could be Julio. It probably is. Or it could be like Ernest and Julio.
Well, I'm going to think that it's like Julio. It's kind of like the Paul Simon song, Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard.
White kid?
No.
No?
I'm thinking that he's of Spanish descent or Mexican.
Inside the wall?
I'm thinking he's on this side of the wall, yes.
Not for long.
Well, if Trump gets in, he's dead anyway, so let's just say his family will be going back where they came from.
They better keep that corpse handy so they can take it with them.
Yep, they might have to dig it up from the potter's field and take it with them.
We don't want any dead Julios left behind.
Right.
Come on. That should be a slogan. No dead Julios left behind.
Exactly.
I like it.
It is believed that the suction from the love bite was the cause of the clot which traveled to his brain, triggering... Didn't we have a story about triggering last week?
I don't think it was this kind of trigger, though.
Yeah. Triggering a stroke.
Wow.
The young man's family are blaming the 24-year-old girlfriend for his death. But
these are high school kids?
Well, this is like a young adult.
Damn.
24-year-old girlfriend.
Were you still getting or giving hickeys at 24?
No, I think I passed that at about 18.
I was going to say, with your diploma, you left that behind, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
I got to be honest with you. They're probably in my early 20s. I probably had a couple of gnarly bruises on my chest area.
Okay.
But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it wasn't 24 though, was it?
No, it was early 20s.
24, it scratches, isn't it? And that's that era.
Well, speaking of that, I'll tell a personal story.
Okay.
I had a I don't even want to call her a girlfriend. I don't even know if she was a girl. She was a girl and she was a friend, but she wasn't like my girlfriend.
Cum catcher?
Yeah, I would say that cum dumpster.
Okay.
She had a proclivity for scratching a lot.
Okay.
And there was times that my back looked like a plowed field. To where I gave her the nickname of Digger.
Digger.
Yeah, do you remember the kids' toy? You may or may not remember this, but you, as being a father, you may remember this. Mm-hmm. And you might find it on the internet if you look it up. There was a pull toy that kids had. I think it was called Digger the dog.
Let's see.
Digger the dog.
I had one of these. I definitely had one of these. Yeah, a little dog with a hat on it.
Yes.
Yeah, I had this.
Yeah. So that's what I named her after that toy.
Jeez.
Digger.
Digger the dog.
Yes. Because she was very much into the whole scratching thing.
Wow.
I mean, like drawing blood scratching.
See, I'd never been into that much.
Me either. It wasn't my thing, but that was her.
Yeah. Chick digs in too hard. You just want to punch her in the fucking mouth.
I think it was more of a John Mellencamp thing. It hurts so good.
Yeah, I don't think that would hurt that good. I think I would definitely be looking. If she cut me up like that, I'd be looking to donkey punch her right at the end. Just fucking her really hard after her tearing my fucking back up.
Sure.
Good one right to the fucking spine.
Yep.
Bang.
But that was my nickname for her, was Digger.
Wow.
Digger.
I put it in the chat room. That's it, right?
Yeah, Digger the dog.
There you go.
Yep. That was it. Absolutely, that was it.
Nice.
That's what I named her after, that little pull toy.
And what's she doing now?
No idea.
10 to 15 for murder?
I don't think that's the case.
She might have started digging with like a nail gun or something.
Murder was the case.
Murder was the case that they gave me.
Right. So the young man's family are blaming the 24-year-old girlfriend for his death, but she has now disappeared.
Disappeared?
That's what it says. She disappeared.
They can't follow the blood trail?
It is not the first time a love bite has been believed to have triggered a reaction.
Right.
In 2011, a 44-year-old woman in New Zealand lost movement in her left arm after having a stroke.
Ugh.
On noticing a fated love bite, doctors quickly realized damage to a major artery in her neck, right, and linked it to her paralysis.
Wow. Jeez, who knew this was going on?
I wasn't aware. That's what I'm bringing. I'm trying to provide a public service to our listeners.
Education. This is an educational
because
show.
for those of you who are still into biting your significant other or your love conquest,
right,
you could kill them.
Do you think many of our listeners have love conquests?
You know what? It's hard to say. I'm not going to say it's high on the list.
We have what? We guesstimate we have what? 15,000 listeners a week?
15 to 20,000 listeners a week.
All right. How many of those listeners do you think get laid in a week? Over, under 10?
Out of 20,000?
Yeah.
My
number is 10.
10 out of the 20,000?
Yes.
Well, they're listening to us, so I don't think that they've got an active love life.
Well, they're definitely not getting laid Saturday because they're listening to us.
And if they do have a love interest and they do listen to us on Saturday,
yeah,
their significant other is so pissed off that they're listening to us, they're certainly not getting any.
Right. So that's not happening.
No.
So, and then if they're listening to this during the week, they might get some until the wife hears it on their phone or whatever.
Well, it's the ones who listen to us on their way to work, which we seem to be the on the way to work fodder.
Right.
For a lot of them, we've heard that a lot. that I listen to you on the train on my way to work or,
Right.
whatever. So they probably listen to it on their own, and their significant other doesn't even know that they listen to us.
Right. Thinks that they're listening to Bob and Tom or something.
Yeah, something really funny.
Yeah, some of the real good stuff.
The really funny stuff. So out of 2,000 listeners a week, how many are getting it on a weekly basis?
20,000. Do you think in a month, in a solid month, I'm going to make this an easier competition for you. Do you think that in a solid month that there is 1 gallon of CMS listener semen came out of balls?
A gallon a month.
A gallon in a month.
A gallon is a pretty good size amount, so I'm going to say no.
20,000 people is the size of a baseball crowd at a Major League Baseball game.
Yeah, but to produce a gallon of jizz?
Yeah.
Oof.
20,000?
And we're not talking about self gratification here. We're talking about jizz that's being
extracted by somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not saying a gallon. No,
man,
maybe a quart.
A quart.
A quart is a lot.
A pint.
Maybe a pint. Half pint.
Definitely a pint. Come on.
Okay.
Ugh.
Anyone who listens to this show and is getting laid too, my hat's off to them.
How many CMS babies do you think are out there?
Ooh, and CMS babies.
Let me define it. By defining a CMS baby means they heard the show and they got worked up enough that immediately after the show they went and banged their significant other, or their significant other was a fan too. Now this is over 20 years. I'm going to put an over/under at 15.
Yeah, I'm going to say due to listening to the CMS and during a 20-year period. How many of them banged out a unit during this time?
Yeah, but the stipulation has to be that they either started fucking during the show or immediately after. Can't just be people that happen to listen to the show also had a kid.
Right. The impetus behind them wanting to bang their significant other was because they listened to the show.
The last thing that went through their mind before they put their dick into their fucking chick's vagina was me and you.
I'm going to say under 15.
Under 15?
Under 15.
How many would you think? 5? There got to be some, doesn't there?
I'm going to say there's some, but I don't know that it's more than. I'm going to throw the number out of 8.
I'm thinking 15's not too many. I'm thinking closer to 20.
Really?
I'm thinking 1 a year. We do 52 shows. So 52 times 20 is what? 2,000? So we only had to come up with, what, 1%? 1% of our shows produced a baby?
Well, again, there's a lot of factors involved. I mean, the thing is that, banging your old lady or vice versa is one thing, but actually producing an offspring, that's a whole nother thing, because there's so many factors involved, anywhere from some kind of birth control.
Right.
To, physical, to age, to, there's just a lot, there's too many variables there.
All right, the over-under is now 10. How many abortions caused?
Abortions? Wow.
Because of the CMS. How many CMS abortions are we talking?
You know what? Let me ask you on a personal level.
Yes.
How many people do you personally know that admitted to having an abortion?
3.
Okay.
So
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know any.
Okay.
that have admitted it anyway. I'm not going to say I don't know anybody that's had an abortion. I'm just going to say that I don't know of any that I'm aware of that's had an abortion. So I would think that's kind of a rare thing.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's very low. I'm going to say it's a very low amount.
I said over under was 10 in 20 years.
I'm going to say it's under.
Think it's under, huh?
Yeah.
I bet you Mrs. Nalbandian wishes she would have.
I don't think there's a Mrs. Nalbandian aside from Bob's mother.
That's what I meant. Hi, Bob. I see you popped into the chat room.
Nice. Well, let me finish this up, and then I will get into the Bob Nalbandian, and maybe Bob will even regale us with a call.
Well, that's if Tommy doesn't pop in again.
That is true. So anyway, the section caused a blood clot to form, which then traveled to the woman's heart, causing a stroke.
Okay.
Dr. Teddy Wu, that's W-U.
Okay. White guy?
Perfect. I was waiting for that. Who treated the woman at Auckland Middlemore Hospital said, "To my knowledge, it is the first time someone has been hospitalized by a hickey."
Yeah.
So apparently hickeys are dangerous or potentially could be dangerous.
No kidding.
Love bites or the kiss of death or hickeys. I threw the kiss of death in there.
Oh, you got the end segment with some Def Leppard.
Right. Are caused by a person sucking on an area of another person's skin, more commonly the neck. The suction causes blood vessels under the skin to burst, which causes bruising that can last up to 2 weeks.
See, Steve Jackson's got it. He's pretty sure he's banged his wife while music he didn't want to hear was playing during the CMS.
Nice.
That's one for my count.
Okay.
We count that one.
All right. Apparently, from the dangers of the blood clots and fatal strokes, hickeys can cause swelling, which can be treated with an ice pack.
Okay.
Often people hide the bruises under their under makeup, a scarf, or polo neck sweaters.
Yeah. That always worked.
Mm-hmm. I have not had a lot of hickeys in my life.
Yeah.
But I have experienced hickeys, and yes, they do take a little while to go away.
Did you wear a turtleneck?
No, I never did.
Stop it.
No, when you're a teenager, that of course is a badge of honor of saying, "Look, I'm getting some."
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're, in your 20s, as you pointed out, it's like, I left that behind in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Who's sucking on your neck? Pull your dick out, for God's sake.
Exactly.
Get to it.
Sure.